Okay. So second point, how could execution plan help to identify missing index? So you know very well. So basically you have to went through operator and you got to know like a index seek, index scan or table scan. On basis of that, you identify missing index detail for a specific query. Okay. What is a correct way to reading execution plan? You already know we have to start from the right to left. Second, can we estimate execution plan result be trusted? So basically, if your statistic is updated, so you can trust. Otherwise, if your statistic is out of update, please don't trust over the execution plan, estimated plan basically. So instead of estimated plan, you have to go with a actual execution plan. And better way to execute any query and find out execution plan, you have to go with a cache plan. Okay. In cache plan, you'll get to know like a query detail, basically your plan detail. So here is a sys dot dm underscore execute, and then you have to go for the cache plan. Okay. And cache plan, query cache query plan, I think so. Query plans. So let me try to execute and it's required. It's a DMF only, DMF. We have a plan handle. Let me try to pass here and we'll try to find out any plan if needed. Okay. So basically, instead of going with an estimated plan, you have to capture your previous plan, whatever available into your systems. So you can see this is a plan, it's created. So please don't go with a estimated plan. Let's suppose I already explained multiple times. I have one query and those queries are taking like for the execution, they will took, you can say near about 30 minutes and my SLA is a 1 hour. So if I can go for the actual execution plan, it means we have to execute my query and they will take 30 minutes for the execution. So we can't wait for the 30 minutes because we have to analyze what is a issue in that query. So instead of going with the actual execution plan, you have to go with a cache plan. So basically query plan you can go and no need execution. You have to pick up your previous plan and start analyzing your query. Okay. So please don't go with a estimated plan. Here is estimated plan. Estimated plan. This is, you can say Control L and Control M for the actual plan. Okay. What is a lazy spool operator basically? So let me show you. I created one demo for you for the lazy spool basically. So when we are creating a data for the temporary table, so I created various state for a demo table spool basically. So I'm creating one table, fresh, nothing is there. I'm creating one table. It's a customer credit basically. So I'm dropping, it's not a blip. Okay, I created into the e-commerce basically. So let me drop and I'm trying to create data, create a table basically. And after that, same data, I'm inserting 100 times into this table. Same data like a ln this and this and this. Okay, I'm going with a, you can say 1,000 record I'm going to insert. So let me try those. Okay. It's inserted already. So once again, I'm also trying with a, you can say with a different data and I'm going with the same record. Let me try to insert those part also. And after that, I can show you some table spool usage. So I'm going to show how many records are there. You can say 2000. So frank record I inserted with a 1000, and here ln I inserted with a 1000 record. So now you are getting a 1000 record available here. Next, let me try to execute. Basically, what I'm doing, this is a correlated query. Basically, it's a customer, you can say credit table is there. I'm going with a credit greater than, I'm going with a average credit and passing whatever customer ID is there, you can say. So if I will be executing, this detail will get. But I'm saying I'm calculating an average, and if average any credit is matching like a greater than that, we are showing those report. So let me enable my execution plan and I can show you. So mainly we have to focus for the this table. In execution plan, you can see basically table scan is happening, you know very well. Because table scan, we didn't created any indexes in this table. Initially, when I created this table, you can see nothing is created. Okay. So let me go with another step. Table scan is happening. I'm doing I'm doing some sorting operation to join those data. So let me go with the two part instead of this one. Okay. So I'm doing a brace and joining with a this main query with a subquery basically. So it's a correlating and calculating an aggregate on basis of CID. So you can see here is a table spool is creating. You can see this is also table spool creating because they are dumping a data on basis of CID. Each CID set, like let's suppose I'm passing a 10 or something, whatever customer ID is there, they are calculating an average of those part, and after that they are checking with this table, basically. Okay, so they are capturing this data into the temporary table. So that's why their table spool is happening here. So next step, let me show you. I'm creating, you can say non-cluster index over the CI filter, CID like a column, and creating a covering index over the credit. And now you can see, let me create this indexes. And same query I'm trying to execute here. And now you can see no more table spool is there. So basically what is happening, what I'm suggesting, if you are getting a, you can say table spool, basically your table is not containing a proper indexes. Okay. So creating a, you can say correct index, you can minimize, or you can say fix your table spool problem. So basically, generally you can see most of the time we are creating indexes. But first problem, first statement, I suggested already. When we are creating any table, maybe temporary table or physical table, you have to go and create minimum one cluster index. If your data is duplicate, you can go and create a cluster index. I'm not saying to go with a primary key. I'm going to suggest you have to create cluster index. And after that, you will get a better performance. If they will go with a table scan also, index scan also, you'll get a better performance. They will not go with a table scan, basically, heap table, something like that. Okay. Next, what is a parallelized operator? So you already seen. And let me change because I generally created one query and those queries are how much it's a 3 point something sub request expensive query. Let me go with this. Okay, no, expensive. I don't want. I want some user query I created. Hmm, Table spool video missing expensive create extended event. Let 1 second. Let me sort by types. Okay, create extended missing table performance. Let me open all. So basically, I want complicated query. One complicated query last time I executed, I got missing index base. Okay, this is a. Let me go with this query. Same query, and I'm executing now. Okay, execution plan is a stop. Okay, execution plan. You can see subtree cost is 3.25. So let me reconfigure your cost value. So I'm going with a 3 only so that this query can go for the parallel processing. Now you can see nothing is parallelism. If you can see, nothing is there. If I can change with a 3, it means if any query is cost equal to 3 or greater than 3, that will qualify for the parallel processing. So that's why I'm changing, because this subtree cost is 3.25. So reconfigure for now, configure. Okay. So let me try to change. Okay. And once again, please execute this query. You will get a parallelize. Okay. How much cost is there? 3.25. Once again, they are not going with a parallel. Okay, let me check. Which, okay, I'm going with the cost 3, or let me go with the 2. Reconfigure, install parallelism. So this query should be part of parallelism, but I don't know why this is not working for now. Okay, let me search some parallel query, and after that we can change those value. By default, I'm going with the 5 only. Reconfigure those part. Let me check this is a correct or not. For SQL instance 01, advanced 5, here is a 4. It should be work basically. If I'm changing this value, so I have to check why they are not following those. If 2 and my subtree cost is greater than 2, 3, you can say. Okay, let me try with a different query window. So you can see nothing is saying, but last time I already explained in previous session, if you are changing and parallelism is showing. But if you can check here, its parallel count is 0 only. Okay. So let me go through. 144 query cost, subtree cost is 3.525. And you can see parallelism is 0. So if we are changing a value of subtree cost, like 2, it means if query cost is more than that, that should be part of parallelism. But here is not happening. I will try to check. Okay. Next, how could we take a benefit of SQL execution plan, tuning of SQL query? So many points we can take, like index seek I already explained, like a table spool I went through. You can so go for the physical joins, like you can say nested loop. And then nested loop after that, if you can talk here, hash match, and then merge join basically. So on basis of this joining, physical join, you can decide what should be action you have to take basically. Okay. So this point you have to consider, and this point you have to take for the performance improvement in your execution plan basically. Second, covering index, I already explained what is a covering index, how to optimize. So if RID lookup or key lookup is happening, you have to create a covering index on those columns. Yeah, Agnivesh, if you are not talking, please mute yourself. Okay. What is the process for the tuning? So multiple, you can say third-party tools are there, or you can say native tools are there, like a profiler, extended event, query tuning advisor, query execution plan, basically, monitor, system store procedure, DMB, multiple items you can go through for the identification of the performance, basically. Solution, basically, some cases we are creating an index, some cases we are, you can say, creating a indexes. Few cases we can go for the updating a statistic, rebuilding index, blocking, removing a deadlock. These are solution basically. So identification, multiple tool, and resolution, these are part only. Some cases we are going to kill a session, but this is not a correct practice. In 10 point, we are saying, you can see it's avoid to use uh, where condition, avoid use function basically. So if you created a scalar function and if you are using into the where condition, it means each and every cases they are going and calling those procedure and going with a query. So that should be degrade your performance mainly. To capture IO and a statistic, I already explained, you have to go for the set a statistic time IO on. So basically you'll get a input output detail on basis of your query. So let me go in a message, you'll get all the input output, like how much physical read, how much logical read is happening. So each detail you can capture from this, you can say a statistic time IO on. Okay. What query plan and performance tuning? What query plan and what value performance tuning perspective? I think we already covered. No lock, you already know, for allowing a dirty read. I'm saying instead of not exist, you have to go for the left outer join. So what we can do, Arun will cover whatever question you share to us. We'll try to cover those questions in our next class, and in next week we'll try to cover all the production related issue. Okay. Yep. Thank you for today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Bye.